And, expressions like حامل أعراض, right? This is how the militias describe themselves. We're the protectors of your honor.
It's
And
not honor, trust me. It's something
I know
else.
you want to say something else. Okay. But when he cracks jokes about these people who take themselves, too seriously, it really gets under their skin. And so in the beginning, it was just like annoying people. But increasingly, especially with the protest movement, it's really, striking a chord with this younger generation. Al-Bashir show has become not only a, political news show, but also an educational show, a show that, raises awareness. Like the last episode, for example, last Friday, he talked about this, major event that is on Iraqi media about how the Iraqi government and the Chinese government have this long-term, development project called Oil for Development or Oil for Construction. So that's the kind of thing that is boring. It's about economics. It's about the details of government policy. But then Al-Bashir tries to make these kind of important issues and news for the Iraqi society accessible to, the segment of society that's not interested in watching, your nightly shows, let alone the 9 a.m. News shows. But increasingly, that has been stinging and hurting. And you've heard some threats. You've been receiving some threats. Why is that? How did you go from just bothering people, making people angry, to getting on their nerves so much that now they threaten you? And before you answer the question, let me just give you a taste of what those threats look like.
رسالة إلى احمد البشير من السنة والشيعة مقتدى الصدر خط أحمر أفضل على سيادة.
This is one of the threatening videos that was posted online against Al-Bashir. And by the way, there are also rallies in some parts of town with his picture and an American flag. Actually, after we did the interview, that episode that you and I did, he hosted me on the episode before last. And basically, he asked me to explain from an American perspective how the United States and how Americans view Iraq, right? And we kind of talked about that. But then many in Iraq saw that as, him trying to whitewash the United States and what the United States does in Iraq. So there were like pictures of him, an American flag, and we're going to kill you and burn you, etc. But there's another picture that we have, actually, which is also interesting. When mobs attacked the U.S. Embassy, this is one of the graffiti that they posted on the wall of the embassy.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
This one says, "Hey, Al-Bashir show, we burned your mother." Which is an Iraqi insult that also means something that we need to be tooted, right? Yeah. Okay, so back to you, Ahmed. Mm-hmm. Why do you get this kind of threat? I mean, we laugh at them here because this is Washington, D.C., and he's far away. But obviously you have a crew of...
Yeah, if I was in Iraq, that wouldn't be funny at all.
Yeah. So why
things.
do you get this kind of threat? What have you done?
The main thing that we've done in the show and during everything that we're doing is that we destroyed the authorities that they created for themselves, which the halo that they created to control people. They use religion, they use sect, they use ethnicity. They didn't achieve anything on the ground. The only thing that they're good at is how to divide people and to control the divisions and to control the blocks. They don't know how to build the country. This is all they do. So they need the religion. They need the power of the fear. They need the power of the hunger. They need the power of controlling the people. And this is the classic ways of controlling any people in the world, you know. Make them hungry, scare them, use religion. And definitely there is an enemy who is waiting for them, will come and wipe them out. It's the classic ways of dictatorships in anywhere in the world. So they're still using these ways against the people, and they think, actually it worked until 2014. But after 2014, the new generation one, it started to rise. I think it's going to be different. It was different, and it's going to be different for the future of Iraq. As you see now, the revolution on the streets.
Right. Talking about the revolution, tell me about the revolution, because that's also, it's your impact with the revolution, with the protest movement, that's also getting on the nerve of the militia leaders in particular.
Yeah. So,
what is your connection? What's your relationship
to the revolution?
To the revolution.
Well, lots of people saying that you are one of the main reasons of this revolution. I don't like to be that responsible, actually, because it's a responsibility. It's a huge. So I don't want to say that I am one of the reasons of this revolution, because what I was doing during the 4 years was just doing my job. What is my job is to show the Iraqis, show the people that these people who are trying to control using religion, using the power of the imama and the abaya and
the turban
and
the cloak.
And the cloak, exactly. They're just using that to get to your money, to get to your souls, to get to your lives, to get to your future. This is my job, and this is what we're doing since 2014 until today. We're talking to the people. In 2014, when we started to talk about militia leaders in Iraq, when the Americans were fighting with the militia leaders against ISIS, they're supporting them in the sky, and the militia leaders were with the militias on the ground. I remember one episode, 2015, I said, you know, Qais al-Khazali I'm sure lots of you who knows him. He's a militia leader, and he's responsible of the deaths of thousands of Iraqis since 2006, 2007, and he killed lots of British soldiers and American soldiers also, him and his gang, because they're gang, they are not militia. When I said at that time, Qais Khazali said he was on the front lines fighting ISIS. I remember saying on one of the episodes, I said Qais. I didn't say Al-Khazali. I didn't make fun of him. I didn't put a picture for him. I didn't say anything. Just I said only Qais.
Mention the name.
Mention the name. I think 10,000 messages, 10,000 posts on Facebook and on Instagram, swearing at my mom, swearing at my family, saying that I'm a Sunni sectarian, one from Anbar, and he's hates Qais because he's just defending ourselves, and he's defending the Iraqis against ISIS. And he's a hero, you shouldn't say that. Then escalated a little bit. The next episode, I said, Qais al-Khazali. I didn't say anything. Come on, just mention the name. Why are you upset? And then I started to show them the videos of who is Qais al-Khazali. Because Iraqis, the problem is Iraqis, they forget like very quickly. You have to remind them every time.
That's a human phenomenon?
Yeah, it's a human phenomenon. But with Iraqis, it's different because problems are daily, on a daily